You ever sit in silence wondering how your life got so loud, so complicated, so far from what you once dreamed of? Here's the truth no one tells you: life doesn't change until you do. And it's not about changing the world overnight. It's about starting with the one thing you can control: your mind. If you're watching this, it's not by accident. This is your moment, and I promise you, your time right now, it won't be wasted. Because what you're about to hear is something every woman needs, especially the one who's been holding it all together. Change doesn't come wrapped in perfection. It comes in sweatpants, after a long cry, with a heart that's tired but not ready to quit. You've been strong for everybody else. Now it's time to be powerful for you. See, the mind is not just where your thoughts live. It's the command center of your reality. You speak defeat, you live it. You feed fear, you feel it. But when you start feeding your mind with possibility, worth, and belief, everything starts shifting. This isn't about pretending life is easy. It's about standing up in the middle of the mess and saying, I still get to choose. You get to choose peace over panic. You get to choose purpose over perfection. You get to choose healing, even when breaking feels more familiar. And yes, you've been through things no one knows, but those battles, they built a woman who's no longer asking for permission. She's reclaiming her mind, and with it her life. You change your thoughts, you change your voice. You change your voice, you change your story. You change your story, and the world has no choice but to change with you. You've heard it before. Your mind is powerful. But let's talk about what that really means. Think about it. Your mind is the most powerful tool you'll ever own. Everything you see, everything you experience, and everything you feel starts with a single thought. The way you see the world is a reflection of how your mind is wired. Every decision you make, every action you take, every relationship you build, it's all tied to what's happening in your head. Now, it's easy to get caught up in what the world tells you is important. The pressures of life, the voices of others, the constant stream of expectations. It's a lot to carry, but here's the kicker. You get to choose which of those voices get to stay. You get to decide who gets a seat at the table of your mind. The thing is, when you take the reins and become intentional about your thoughts, something incredible happens. You start to take control of your reality, and this isn't just some feel-good fluff. This is real power. When I say that your mind is the gateway, I'm talking about the fact that it's the entry point to everything you want in life. It's the first step, the foundation. You want success, you want peace, you want joy. It all starts with your thoughts. Because, think about it, how can you go after something you don't believe you deserve? How can you move towards something that feels unattainable if your mind is already convinced you're not enough? Or that it's too late? The trick isn't in changing your circumstances right away. The trick is in changing your thinking. You don't have to have it all figured out yet. In fact, no one does. But you do have the power to shape your beliefs and your perspective. The beauty of this is that it doesn't require any special skills or talents. It's not about how smart you are or where you came from. It's about deciding that you're worthy of the things you desire. Deciding that you're not going to let fear or doubt be the loudest voice in your head. When you make that choice, you start to create a new kind of reality, one that is driven by the energy and mindset you choose to cultivate every single day. But here's the challenge: the mind is sneaky. It has a way of bringing up old patterns, old stories, old beliefs that no longer serve you. You know what I'm talking about, right? That inner critic that loves to tell you that you're not good enough, or that it's too late for you, or that the dream you're chasing is too big, too bold, too out of reach. It's that voice that whispers, "Who do you think you are?" And if you let it, it will convince you to stay small, to stay stuck, to stay in your comfort zone, even if it's not bringing you the peace, the fulfillment, or the success you're craving. But here's the thing, that voice doesn't get to decide your life. You do. You can choose to listen to that voice, or you can decide to create a new narrative, the one where you are enough, the one where you can handle challenges, the one where you rise even when things feel impossible. And here's a secret, that new narrative, the one that aligns with who you truly are and what you're capable of, that's where the magic happens. That's where you begin to see the world differently, not because the world changed, but because your mind changed. And if you want to know a little trick about how to shift your mind when it feels overwhelmed by negativity, start by simply noticing the thought. Don't react to it right away, just notice it. You'll realize that your mind will try to convince you that these thoughts are truths. But they're not, they're just thoughts, and once you acknowledge that, you create space between the thought and your response. That's when you have the power to choose. You can let it go, or you can decide to replace it with something that lifts you up, something that brings you closer to your goals. It takes practice, yes, but here's the thing. You don't need to have it all figured out in one day. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start becoming aware of the narrative you've been telling yourself and be willing to change it. Every single thought you have creates a ripple effect on how you live. It affects how you carry yourself, how you speak to others, how you interact with the world, and it also affects how you show up for yourself. When you realize this, when you realize that the power to shape your life lies within your mind, something inside of you shifts. You begin to see opportunities where you once saw barriers. You start to feel empowered, knowing that you are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the creator of your experience. You decide the meaning you give to each moment. You decide whether you're going to rise above the challenge or let it defeat you. This is the most freeing realization you'll ever have, because once you own your mind, you own your life. It becomes clear, if you want to change your life, you start by changing what you believe about yourself. You start by creating a new narrative where you are worthy, you are capable, and you are deserving of every dream in your heart. So, the next time your mind tries to tell you that it's too late, or that you're not enough, or that you'll never get where you want to be, remember this, those are just thoughts, they don't define you. You have the power to create new ones, and with each new thought, you're slowly, steadily building the life you deserve. You know, it's easy to look at your life and feel like you're stuck in a cycle, like things are moving too slowly or like your dreams are too far out of reach. It can feel like no matter how hard you try, nothing ever changes. But here's the thing, your thoughts create your reality. The way you think shapes the world you live in. The beliefs you hold in your mind have the power to dictate the path you walk down. So when you think about it, it's not the world that needs to change first, it's your mind. How often do you catch yourself thinking, I'll never get there, or I'm not good enough, or even I'm just not lucky like everyone else? These thoughts may seem harmless at first, but if you let them run on repeat in your mind, they start to shape the way you move through the world. The problem is, when you believe something about yourself, you start living like it's true. You begin to make decisions that align with that belief. You settle for less because you've convinced yourself you don't deserve more. You doubt your abilities because you're feeding yourself the idea that you're not capable. And guess what? That becomes your truth, but it doesn't have to be. What if you started seeing your thoughts as the powerful tools they are? Because the truth is, everything around you is a reflection of what's going on inside your mind. The reality you live in is the result of the thoughts you entertain. Think about it. If you're always telling yourself you're stuck, you'll stay stuck. If you're always thinking things won't work out for you, they probably won't. But if you start shifting those thoughts even just a little bit, your whole world begins to shift with it. When you choose to think differently, when you choose to believe that good things are possible for you, that you are worthy of success, that your dreams are within reach, you begin to open the door to new possibilities. Every thought you think sends a message to the universe about what you're ready to receive. If you think small, you'll live small. But if you start thinking big, if you start thinking like someone who deserves everything they've ever wanted, you'll start to see opportunities you've never noticed before. It's all about the energy you put out. When you think positively, when you believe in yourself, that energy radiates from you. You carry yourself differently. You walk into rooms with confidence. You speak with conviction. People can feel that energy. And when you put that kind of energy into the world, it attracts opportunities, relationships, and experiences that align with that positive, empowered mindset. The more you believe in your own worth, the more the world around you reflects that belief. But here's the thing, believing in yourself isn't always easy. It's not about denying the hard times or pretending everything is perfect. No, it's about shifting your focus. Instead of dwelling on what you don't have or what's not working, focus on what is working, even if it's small. Look for the victories, the moments of progress, the signs that you're moving in the right direction. It's about seeing possibility instead of limitation. The more you start to look for the good in your life, the more you'll find. It's like a muscle. You have to train your mind to look for the good, especially when it feels easier to focus on the bad. But when you do that, when you start to make that shift, something incredible happens. Your mind becomes a magnet for the things you want. You start to notice how many opportunities are actually out there waiting for you. The doors that once felt closed begin to open. The people who can help you on your journey show up in unexpected ways. And the best part, you start to believe that you deserve it. Because when you shift your thinking, you shift the energy that you put out into the world, and that energy creates the life you want. It's about changing your perspective. It's about realizing that you are not stuck, you are not trapped, and you are not at the mercy of circumstances. You are the creator of your reality. You get to decide what you believe. You get to decide whether you're going to hold on to the old stories of failure and limitation, or if you're going to let go of those and replace them with a new story. A story of possibility, of success, of growth, and of resilience. This isn't a one-time fix. It's a daily choice. Every single day, you have the chance to decide what you believe. Every day, you can choose to think thoughts that empower you. Every day, you can choose to believe that things can and will get better. Every day, you can choose to step into your full potential, knowing that you have the power to create the life you want. It's all in the way you think. So if you've been stuck in a cycle of negative thoughts, if you've been doubting yourself, it's time to change the narrative. You have the power to believe in your success. You have the power to believe in your dreams. You have the power to believe that you are worthy of all the good things life has to offer. And once you make that shift, the rest will follow. Because the way you think about your life and your future is the foundation of everything you will build. When you change your thoughts, you change your life, and when you change your life, there's nothing you can't achieve. The world is waiting for you to step into your greatness, and the first step is changing the way you think. You've been holding on, haven't you? Holding on to people, places, memories, even ideas that no longer serve you. It feels familiar, doesn't it? The comfort of the past, even when it brings more pain than peace. It's easy to hold on to things because letting go feels like losing a part of yourself. But the truth is, holding on can be more damaging than letting go. Letting go doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you're strong enough to acknowledge what's holding you back, and you're brave enough to free yourself. Think about it for a moment. What are you still holding on to that's keeping you stuck? Maybe it's a relationship that's long past its expiration date, but you're scared of being alone. Maybe it's a job or a career path that doesn't bring you joy, but you're holding on to the idea of security. Maybe it's a dream that feels too far out of reach, so you keep convincing yourself it's not possible, but deep down, you know you're settling for less than you deserve. Letting go is scary because it's the unknown. It's stepping away from the things that once gave you comfort, even if they no longer make you happy. But here's the truth. If you don't let go, you can't make room for what's meant for you. If you hold on too tightly to things that no longer fit your life, you'll never make space for the people, experiences, and opportunities that are waiting for you. You'll keep walking in circles, stuck in the past, instead of moving forward to where you're truly supposed to be. And I get it. Letting go isn't just about physical things. It's about letting go of beliefs that have shaped you. Maybe you've been carrying around a belief that you're not good enough or that you'll never make it. Maybe it's a belief that success is for someone else, but not for you. Letting go of these beliefs is one of the hardest things you'll ever do because they're deeply ingrained. But you have to ask yourself, are these beliefs helping me grow, or are they holding me back? The truth is, your old beliefs are a reflection of who you used to be, not who you're becoming. If you keep holding on to old beliefs, you'll keep holding on to the old version of yourself. Letting go of them means you're stepping into a new version of you, one who knows her worth, who believes in her dreams, who understands that she is deserving of all the amazing things life has to offer. You don't have to carry that baggage anymore. You don't have to let the past define who you are today. It's time to release those heavy weights and step into your power. Letting go also means letting go of fear. Fear is one of the biggest roadblocks we face, and it's something we all deal with. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of rejection. But here's the thing. Fear is just a feeling, it's not a truth. Fear doesn't define you. You can choose to face your fears, even when they feel overwhelming. You can choose to take action despite them. In fact, the more you face your fears head on, the more you realize they have no power over you. And with each step you take in spite of fear, you get stronger. You get more confident. You start realizing that fear is just a sign that you're on the verge of something big. The moment you stop running from it and start walking through it, you'll find that fear is no longer something that controls you. It's something that pushes you forward. And yes, letting go can be painful. It's hard to walk away from things that once gave you comfort, even if those things are toxic. But think about the pain of staying the same, of never stepping outside of your comfort zone. The longer you hold on to what's not meant for you, the more you limit your potential. You keep waiting for a change, but the change only comes when you decide to take the first step. When you decide that you are worthy of better. When you decide that you deserve a life that aligns with who you are becoming, not who you used to be. The process of letting go also teaches you self-love. It's a radical act of kindness toward yourself. It's a way of saying, I deserve to be free from what no longer serves me. I deserve to move forward, to grow, to thrive. It's about trusting that when you let go, you are making room for something greater. And often, it's in the letting go that the universe steps in with something even better than you could have imagined. You can't hold on to the old while trying to make space for the new. You have to be willing to release what no longer fits, no matter how hard it may seem. So, what would it look like if you finally let go? What would it feel like if you freed yourself from the weight of your past mistakes, past disappointments, and past beliefs? Imagine how much lighter you would feel. Imagine how much more energy you would have to pursue what truly matters to you. The future is waiting for you, but it can't be yours until you let go of what's holding you back. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to know exactly what comes next. You just have to trust that the act of letting go is an act of faith in yourself, in your future, and in the path that's unfolding before you. The moment you release the old, you start to create space for something new. And the best part, it's all in your control. You have the power to choose what you let go of, and you have the power to choose what you welcome into your life. It's not easy, but it's necessary. If you want to grow, you have to make space to grow. If you want something new, you have to release the old. Letting go is the first step toward creating a life that is fully aligned with who you are becoming. And when you let go of what's no longer serving you, you're opening the door to everything you've been waiting for. The journey you're on isn't just about where you're going. It's also about how you get there. It's easy to look at other people and think, why them and not me? It's easy to look at someone else's success and feel like you're running out of time or that you'll never get to where they are. But the truth is, comparison is one of the most dangerous things you can do to your own growth. Your path is uniquely yours, and no one else's journey has any bearing on the amazing things that are waiting for you. So many times we get distracted by what everyone else is doing. We scroll through social media, we hear about someone else's breakthrough, and suddenly we start doubting our own. We think, if they can do it, why can't I? But here's the thing, comparing yourself to others is like comparing apples to oranges. You're on a completely different path, with a different story and a different set of experiences. Your life is unfolding in its own beautiful way, and it's important to trust that it's happening exactly how it's meant to. The thing is, you have everything inside you to get where you want to go. You may not have all the answers right now, and you may not have the exact roadmap, but you have the one thing that will always guide you, your intuition. Trust that gut feeling. Trust the quiet voice inside of you that knows what's right, that knows what you're capable of. The secret is to stop looking around and start looking within. When you stop comparing, you stop measuring your worth against someone else's timeline, and you start focusing on your own journey, with your own milestones at your own pace. It's easy to think that there's some secret formula to success, or that there's a right way to get to where you want to be. But the truth is, success is built on consistency, belief, and trust in yourself. It's not about taking the fastest route or having the best tools. It's about showing up every day, even when things aren't perfect, even when it feels like you're not moving as quickly as you want. Progress is still progress, no matter how small it seems. Every single day you take action, you're building something incredible. It's not about perfection. It's about showing up, doing the work, and trusting that every step you take brings you closer to your dreams. When you stop comparing and start focusing on your own journey, you also give yourself permission to fail. Yes, you heard that right. Failure is a part of the process. It's not the end of the road. It's a detour, a lesson, an opportunity to grow. And guess what? Every successful person you admire has faced failure. The difference between them and others is that they didn't let failure stop them. They didn't let a setback define them. They used it as fuel to keep going. They understood that each failure is just another stepping stone towards success. And if you're still caught up in comparing yourself to others, it's important to remember this. You'll never be happy trying to live someone else's life. The truth is, the universe has given you your own set of talents, your own story, your own purpose. That's your gift. When you start to honor and embrace your own path, that's when everything starts to click into place. You'll find that the more you lean into your own unique gifts, the more fulfilling your journey will become. Let's talk about timing for a moment. We all have this idea in our heads about when things should happen, don't we? We think we should be further along by now. We think we should have achieved certain things by a certain age or time. But here's the thing. There's no such thing as perfect timing. There's just timing. The right time to act is now. The right time to pursue your dreams is today. Waiting for the perfect moment will keep you stuck forever. The perfect moment is the one you create. It's the one where you decide to take action, to believe in yourself, to trust that everything is working out for you in divine timing, even when you don't have all the answers. And you know what else? When you stop comparing yourself to others, you'll start to realize that everyone's journey has its own twists and turns. Just because it looks easy for someone else doesn't mean it is. Everyone has their own struggles, their own hurdles, their own moments of doubt. But they keep going because they trust their own process, and you can do the same. Don't let the highlight reels of other people's lives make you feel like you're not doing enough. Your journey is your own, and it's going to unfold in ways that you can't even imagine yet. What if, instead of comparing, you started cheering for yourself? What if you started celebrating the little wins, no matter how small they seem? What if you looked at every step you take as a victory? That's when you'll start building momentum. That's when you'll see how far you've really come. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you'll realize that you've already achieved so much. The fact that you're still here, still fighting, still moving forward, that's something to be proud of. And one more thing. Stop believing that someone else's success takes away from your own. There's more than enough room for all of us to win. Someone else's breakthrough doesn't mean you're falling behind. It just means that there's proof that it's possible. Their success is evidence that it can be done, and you can do it too. We're all in this together, and just because someone else is winning doesn't mean your time won't come. In fact, their success should inspire you, not discourage you. It's a sign that what you want is on its way. So, the next time you find yourself comparing your journey to someone else's, remember this: your path is yours alone. The only person you need to compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Focus on growing, on becoming the best version of yourself, and trust that everything you desire is coming to you in perfect timing. Keep going, keep trusting, and keep believing in the beautiful, unique journey that is yours. It's time to stop letting fear be the thing that holds you back. I know you feel it. We all do. That tightness in your chest, that whisper in your mind telling you that maybe you're not good enough, or that you'll fail, or that you should just stay where it's comfortable. But let me tell you this: fear is not your enemy, it's your signal to grow. It's the universe's way of telling you that you're on the verge of something big, something amazing. Fear only shows up when you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, when you're stepping toward the unknown, and that's exactly where you need to be. Because growth doesn't happen when you stay safe. It happens when you choose to step into the unknown, even when it scares you. Fear is not a sign that you should stop. It's a sign that you're about to move forward, that you're about to do something that will change the trajectory of your life. Every single time you feel fear, you are on the edge of something powerful. Think about it. When was the last time you did something new, something you weren't sure you could do, and felt that rush of fear before you took the leap? And how good did it feel once you did it? That's the magic of fear. It's the indicator that you're growing, that you're stretching, that you're becoming the person you were always meant to be. The people who are successful, the ones who break through, they're not the ones who have never been afraid. They're the ones who have been afraid and still did it anyway. What happens when you let fear run the show? You stay small, you stay stuck. You convince yourself that you're not capable, that it's too late, that the risks are too high. And you know what? That's what fear wants you to believe. Fear wants you to stay in your comfort zone because it knows that if you step outside of it, you'll find your true power. Fear knows that you are capable of doing incredible things, and if you just get past it, you'll unlock doors you didn't even know existed. Fear thrives in the unknown, but you thrive when you step into it. Every time you face that fear, you prove to yourself that you are more powerful than it is. Think about all the times you've faced fear in the past and come out the other side stronger. Remember the first time you did something that terrified you, whether it was speaking up in front of a crowd, making a big decision, or stepping into a new chapter of your life. That feeling of fear didn't last forever, did it? It passed, and when it did, you were left with a sense of accomplishment, a sense of power, and a deeper understanding of what you're truly capable of. That's what happens when you push through fear. It loses its grip on you. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. You learn that fear is just a feeling, not a fact. It doesn't control you, you control it. But here's the catch. Fear doesn't just go away because you ignore it. It's not something that's magically going to vanish if you wait long enough. It's not going to disappear if you keep telling yourself you're not ready. You have to face it head on. You have to look fear in the eye and say, I see you, and I'm still going to do this. That's when you start to realize that the only thing standing between you and your dreams is the story you're telling yourself about why you can't have them. Fear is just a story, one that you can rewrite at any moment. It's not the truth. It's not your reality. You are not your fear. You are the courage you show in the face of it. And here's something important. It's okay to feel afraid. It's okay to be nervous, to not have all the answers, to feel like you're not sure you can do it. Feeling fear doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human. It means you're about to do something that challenges you, that takes you to the next level. Fear isn't something to run from, it's something to embrace. It's a sign that you're stretching, that you're expanding, and that you're doing something that matters. So, how do you push through fear? How do you get to the other side of it? It starts with taking that first step. Even if it's small, even if you don't have it all figured out, taking that first step is the most important thing you can do. Because when you take that first step, you break the cycle of inaction. You prove to yourself that you can move forward even when you're scared. And when you take that step, the next one becomes easier, and the next one after that. Fear starts to lose its hold on you, and you start to realize that it's not so scary after all. It's just a feeling, and you are so much bigger than any feeling. But you have to do it. You have to take the step even when you don't feel ready. You have to trust that the fear is part of the process, and that you are more than capable of handling whatever comes next. The truth is, you're already equipped with everything you need to succeed. You have the strength, the resilience, the wisdom, and the heart to do what you're called to do. Fear is just the noise that tries to distract you from your purpose. But when you turn down the volume on fear and turn up the volume on your belief in yourself, you'll see that fear has no power over you. Every moment that you push through your fear, you become more powerful. Every time you step into the unknown, you grow, and every time you let fear remind you of what you're capable of, you take one more step toward the life you've always dreamed of. So when fear shows up, and it will, don't back down. Don't shrink, step up, step forward, because on the other side of fear is the life you were always meant to live. And you, my friend, are more than capable of stepping into it. You see, the real secret to changing your life, to transforming everything around you, is rooted in the way you view and handle the challenges that come your way. And I'm not talking about just getting through the hard times. I'm talking about embracing them, using them as the fuel that propels you forward. It's easy to look at the tough moments in life and think, why me? Why is this happening? Why does it feel like everything is falling apart? We've all been there. We've all had those moments where it feels like the universe is working against us, where the weight of everything just seems too much to carry. But what if I told you that these challenges, these struggles, are not obstacles? What if they're the very things you need to become the person you're meant to be? What if, instead of running from the difficulty, you chose to dive into it and learn from it? Because here's the truth. Growth doesn't come from the easy moments. It comes from the hard ones. It comes from the moments that make you question everything, from the ones that test your limits and push you to your breaking point. Think about it. Every single time you've been through something difficult and you've come out the other side, you've learned something new about yourself. You've learned just how strong you are, just how resilient, just how capable of handling what life throws at you. It's in those hard moments that you discover your true power. It's in the struggle that you find your strength. Now, I know it's hard. I know it's tough when you're in the middle of it and everything feels heavy. But I want you to shift your perspective for a moment. Instead of seeing these challenges as roadblocks, try to see them as stepping stones. Every setback, every heartbreak, every failure, it's all a part of the process. It's all shaping you, molding you into the person you're becoming. The most successful, most fulfilled people aren't the ones who have had an easy life. They're the ones who have learned how to rise every time they've fallen. They're the ones who have taken those tough moments, processed them, and turned them into something powerful. So when life hits you with something hard, when it feels like the universe is testing you, don't see it as a punishment. See it as an opportunity. See it as a chance for growth, a chance to level up. Every challenge is an invitation to become a better version of yourself, and guess what? You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to figure everything out in that moment. What matters is how you choose to respond. Will you let the difficulty defeat you, or will you use it to rise stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever before? It's all about the mindset you carry with you. When you face a challenge, are you thinking about all the ways you can't succeed, or are you focusing on all the ways you can overcome? The most powerful thing you can do when life feels overwhelming is to remind yourself that you have everything inside you to handle it. You are stronger than you think. You've already made it through every tough situation you've faced up until now, so why would this one be any different? You've got the strength to face whatever comes your way. You've already proven that you can handle life's challenges. It's just another chapter in your story, and I promise you, you are going to come out of it even stronger than before. What's really powerful is the way you change your mindset when things get tough. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this? How can this make me better? How can I use this to get even closer to the life I want?" That shift in thinking will change everything. You'll stop being a victim of your circumstances and start being the creator of your own reality. You'll take control of the narrative, and that's when things start to really change. Because when you take ownership of your challenges, when you choose to face them head on with an open heart and a growth mindset, you begin to transform your life. I want you to understand that it's okay to not have everything figured out. You don't have to have the perfect plan, the perfect solution, or the perfect timing. What matters is that you keep moving forward. Every day, take small steps toward your goals, even when you don't feel like it. Even when it's hard, every little action you take builds momentum. Every time you push through the fear, the doubt, the difficulty, you're building your own resilience. And guess what? Over time, those small steps lead to big results. The consistency, the persistence, the refusal to quit. That's what creates transformation. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. These are the things that teach you the lessons you need to succeed. You see, failure isn't the end, it's part of the process, it's part of your growth. The most successful people in the world are the ones who have failed the most. They've failed, learned, gotten back up, and tried again. And that's what you're doing too. Every failure, every mistake is just a stepping stone to your success. And every challenge is a lesson that's preparing you for the next chapter. Now, I want you to think about something. The hard moments you're facing right now, the challenges you're dealing with, they're not forever. Nothing lasts forever, especially not the hard times. They come, they test you, and then they pass. You will look back on this time and realize that it was the moment that shifted everything. It's the moment that forced you to level up, to stretch yourself beyond what you thought was possible. And when you get through it, you will be proud of the person you've become. So don't shy away from the struggle. Don't run from the hard times. Embrace them, learn from them, grow through them. Because when you come out the other side, you'll be unstoppable. You'll have the strength, the wisdom, and the resilience to handle whatever comes next. And most importantly, you'll have the confidence to know that no matter what life throws your way, you can handle it. Because you're ready. You're ready to rise higher than you ever thought possible. So here's the thing. Everything you need to create the life you want, it's already inside you. You've got the strength, the resilience, and the heart to face whatever comes your way. It's not about avoiding the hard times, but about using them as stepping stones to get to where you want to go. Life isn't going to be perfect, but you are perfectly capable of handling it. Remember, it's all in how you choose to look at things. Challenges are just opportunities in disguise, and you are more than capable of stepping into them and coming out stronger. The only way to truly change your life is to change the way you see it. And I promise you, once you start seeing things through that lens, once you embrace the struggle and trust the process, everything will begin to shift. So take that first step even when it feels scary. Keep moving even when it feels hard. And most importantly, keep believing in yourself. You've got this, and there's nothing that can stand in your way when you believe in your power to rise above it all. The life you want, it's waiting for you, and all you have to do is show up stronger, braver, and ready for whatever comes next.